Hi ladies, it's Ziva here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to discuss when you remember who you are, you free yourself. You free yourself when you remember who you are. Now, I am an old lady at this point, okay? I'm all 34 in that, okay? 1991 baby. And I've learned lessons in my life, and especially the last few years have been the most important for me. And this last year especially grew even more, okay? I grew even more. And self-evolution is so important, but also remembering who you are is the most important thing, because you need to free yourself. And when I say remember who you are, I mean in terms of somebody's putting you down, which I spoke about on another video that I just posted. Somebody who I was dating was really trying to put me down and everything. And you have to remember who you are and rise. You know, you have to remember who you are and don't tolerate nonsense. You have to remember who you are and date somebody who is doing all the things that you need them to do. You have to remember who you are and choose to put love and effort and affection and attention into the way that you present yourself to the world, because this is a part of remembering who you are, not feeling like you have to look drab, be drab, feel drab, be treated like you are a drab person. We must remember who we are, because when we are born, we are little girls. We never think to ourselves, you know what, when I'm older, I want to be with someone who's going to tear me down. When I grow up, when I'm older, I want to be the kind of woman who, you know, just doesn't care about themselves. When I grow up, I want to have to wear the skimpiest outfits, you know, to get some kind of attention. When I grow up, like, I want to date the bottom of the barrel. Like, we don't grow up, we're not little girls thinking that way. And something transpires in those teen, early 20s years that sets people up for detriment. And this is going to happen because things happen in life, but at the same time, you don't have to stay there, and you can remember who you actually are and just do better. So things like learning from your mistakes, your own mistakes, or learning from your past, learning from old relationships, learning from how you've handled things in the past, looking back at old pictures and wanting to gag at yourself. These are all indicators that, okay, there's room for improvement. And this was definitely the case for me. And I think that it's good to remember who you are. Who was I before life happened and, you know, it can kind of fudge you up? Who was I before? How did I think about myself? Did I rate myself? How high did I rate myself? Oh, 50 out of 10? Okay, great. Let's get back to that. You know, before life comes and interjects sometimes negativity, you know, who were you and how did you feel about yourself? And that's kind of what we actually have to get back to. The older you get, the more likely you are that you feel like, okay, I'm getting older now, you know, I can't wear this, or I can't do that, or I can't X, Y, and Z, but you can. And at the end of the day, for me in my 30s, this is the best I've felt about myself. It's the best I've looked. It's the most I've tried to make anything of myself, really. And it's just been really the best time for me. So at the end of the day, we're not going to use age as an excuse. We're not going to use race as an excuse. That's so done, and it's so tired, and it's used up, and it's over. So let's start implementing being the woman who we want to be. Remember who you are. What does this mean? So when I was in my early teens, I remember feeling so positive about myself, and looking back at pictures I was like, girl, you really weren't that girl. But at the same time, I thought I was that girl. So what happens? You just live your life feeling and whatever, like you are that girl, and it's great. And then of course things can happen and it can kind of influence the way that you're seeing yourself. But this was the kind of person who I was originally, and always very confident, always very outspoken, always felt like I just knew everything, and I still do. So some things just don't change. But I then was knocked down a couple of pegs, and you know what? I said to myself, remember who you are and get up. Get up, get dressed, get out, live your life, be happy. Pour into yourself and have others around you who also want to pour into you. And also be around others who you actually want to pour into also. I don't see the point of working on yourself and then surrounding yourself with people who just bring you down. I just don't see any logic in that whatsoever. I think that we need to be looking for balance in life, happiness, and these things will also set you free. Okay, happiness, positivity, good people around you. Okay, being in a relationship or dating somebody who is really it's a good situation for you, and not being in something that is toxic, embarrassing, where you wouldn't really tell people closest to you what's happening in that situation. That is not a good place to be at. And again, yes, I've done it. I've been there and I've worn the t-shirt, and guess what? I'm never wearing it again. I'm never wearing it again. This is with whether a man has money, whether he doesn't, whether he has the look you like, or whether he doesn't. Okay, whether he is tall or has all of the physical features that you want, that does not matter. Okay, there are other things in life that are a lot more important, and it's this. This is the most important thing in life. Okay, it's to feed yourself with happiness. And if you're not doing that, it doesn't matter what you have, what home you live in, what car you have, it doesn't matter what wig you're wearing, how your lashes look, what your nails are saying, none of that matters. Okay, you have to remember who you are, which is somebody who deserves to be happy, okay, be poured into, and be around others who really just lift you up and who you also kind of lift up just by being around them. You know, this is a positive place to be at, and we have to remember that life is something we don't want to take for granted, and we don't want to waste it around with people who just don't deserve to be in it. Okay, we have to remember that. So when you remember who you are, you free yourself of negativity, and you hone in on that and optimize that positivity, that positive feeling. And this is just the best thing. I mentioned this before, that like in a previous video, that at one point I just felt like my channel was just going in a different trajectory, like a negative one, and I felt like I was putting out a message that was not it's okay for the time being, but it's not something that you want to live in. Let me be clear on that. So at one point on my channel, I was in my sugaring era. Okay, whoever I'm dating, all I care about is, you know, are you paying my bills? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I still care about those things, but there's a lot more that goes into things. And you have to remember, when you are having somebody around you, there's a lot of energy going on, and the most important thing in life is this: your mental well-being and happiness. And fair enough, you can be dating somebody and it's beneficial. This is a good thing. Okay, you don't want to be dating somebody and, you know, you're paying their rent or like something stupid, you know. I feel like at the end of the day, you are a woman and you really want to be treated like one, right? So this is something that's important. But there are other things in the mix, okay? In terms of remembering who you are and that will free you, you have to also remember that you're a magnet. You're a magnet. So if you are giving yourself something good in here, then other good things are going to come around you, okay? And at the end of the day, sometimes when we are having bad situations, whether you're dating someone and it is beneficial, like I briefly just touched on, and then you're having a negative dynamic, which I have experienced, then it's still not good enough. And it means you have to change something in here. And then you'll be getting the better situation for you. So I'm a big believer of not just like bashing someone else. Like sometimes I feel like we have to look at ourselves when something is not going how we want it to, life isn't going how we want. I believe that it's down to us, and I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in this, that, and the other. I think that we have to change our own perspective and change the frequency that we are putting our thoughts on. That's what I think. And then things will start changing for us. And you have to be persistent with that. And then things will start changing. So that again goes back to remembering who you are, and then it will free yourself. It will free you. Let's just say for instance, right, let's just say that I was feeling really down and I kept on thinking, I look so ugly, I'm never going to meet anyone, X, Y, and Z, oh my God, I'm the bottom of the barrel. What do you think is going to roll up over to me when I next leave my house? It's going to be somebody who is literally on that level I was vibrating at. And if that's what you want, great. But if it isn't, you have to lift yourself up mentally. You have to lift yourself up. You have to remember who you are. Remember who you are, which is someone who wants the best for themselves. Remember that you want the best for yourself. Remember that. I feel like that's something that we forget about when we get older. I've also been asked if I can do more challenges, and I would like to take this opportunity on this video to set a mini challenge. Now, I'm aware that in the past my challenges were live and we were doing it like that, but at the end of the day, I feel like not every challenge has to be that way, and I would like to set one like this, okay, on the back of this positive video, because it ties in nicely, and I would absolutely love if you participated in this challenge. This challenge is for yourself and it's designed to push you. Okay, this is a challenge that's going to push you, and it's all about you becoming the woman you want to be, remembering who you are, what you want, and what you deserve. Okay, that's what this is about. Now, if you're going to participate in this challenge, then I would like you to comment below and say I'm in, or put flower emojis, okay, if you're participating, or just write I'm in the challenge, you know, and then I will know who's actually doing this. And the challenge is that I want you every single day for the next 2 weeks, okay, the next 2 weeks, and this is from whenever you're seeing this video, okay, whenever you're seeing this video, I want you to put your best foot forward with yourself physically. And when I say that, I mean on an everyday basis. If you're going to work, you're going to the office, Are you wearing your tailored dress? Are you wearing your court heels? Are you doing your hair? Have you got your makeup on? Okay, your perfume as well. Stand like a woman who has confidence, back straight. I want you living up to the standard that you should be living at. And let me be clear, I'm speaking about you physically, just putting that effort into yourself. I want you to do this every single day for 2 weeks. Even if you don't have plans, you're not going out the house, I want you to do your skincare routine, okay? Every single day for 2 weeks. Even if it's the minimum, even I know you're not supposed to exfoliate every day, but do the minimum at least every single day. Make sure that you're wearing clothing around the house as well that, you know, you actually feel half decent wearing. And if you are a mom, you're a full-time mom, you're busy, please give yourself just a few minutes at least. Spray a bit of perfume or put your nicest lotion on. Make sure that you do something for yourself that day physically to make yourself feel better. This is something I want you to do every single day. And if you're a single woman and you're going out, you don't want to be single forever, right? Then you've really got to you really got to do this. You know, the same way with me. You know, you're putting effort in, you're putting your best foot forward every single time you leave your house. And I don't mean if you're running around the corner to go to your local Sainsbury's to buy your fruit and veg, okay, go, you know, whatever, wig, hat, just who cares? But when you're actually going out and you still don't want to look homeless, you know, when you're just running around to the supermarkets, let's be clear. But when you're actually leaving your house, I want you to put your best foot forward, appropriate for whatever time of day it is, of course. Don't be wearing stiletto heels at 10 a.m. You know, some things just are, unless you're going to work or something, some things just are silly. But make sure you're putting your best foot forward, whatever that means for you, okay? This is something that I want to challenge you with for the next 2 weeks from whenever you see this video. If you live with someone, make sure that you're wearing your, you know, your nice, even if you don't want to spend a fortune, go to Primark and buy yourself, or even like your local, like your big supermarket or something, buy yourself a nice kind of sexy night dress or a nice sexy like silk kind of dressing gown, like lacy or something. Do something for the next 2 weeks to make yourself feel good. Because ladies, we have to remember who we are. And this for me is one of my most important videos, I would say, because we can speak about all the other stuff. We can speak about going out. We can speak about where to meet men, what kinds of men it's good to date. We can speak about our femininity journey. We can discuss feminine voice control, sounding how we want. We can discuss all of that. What perfume you should wear, how to walk nice. We can discuss all of it. But if you are not being good to yourself, okay, if you're not remembering who you are, to free yourself, to free your mind, to understand that you are the kind of woman who wants this, this, and this, you deserve this, this, and this, and that's it, then you're just not going to be happy, because it all starts here first. And you choosing to do that thing every single day, you're pushing yourself to be good to yourself every day, minimum next 2 weeks. I want you to just, you know, just be treating yourself well. But this next 2 weeks, I want you to be going hard on this, because you come first, and you have to remember you come first, and you have to remember that you put effort into you, right? So you remember who you are. Treat yourself the way that you would want others to treat you. And in this sense, I'm speaking about pouring into yourself, and you want others to be pouring into you, right? Pouring positivity in, pouring money in, pouring respect in, pouring in, like if you're like, it's a relationship vibe, there are certain dynamics that your man needs to be pouring in. Okay, and when you're a woman who loves herself and you're already pouring into yourself, you will not be tolerating things that are less than that. So 2-week challenge, pour into yourself challenge, the remember who you are and do what you need to do for the next 2 weeks challenge. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So if you're involved in the challenge, comment below. And I would also love to have an update on this video, or just generally on my socials, about this challenge and how it's going for you. I would really love that. I think that when you are putting the focus on yourself every day for the next 2 weeks, your focus is on you. Even if you have children, even if you have a child and you're busy, I know. I still want you to put some time into yourself, even if it's 5 minutes, just slowly putting on your coconut oil all over your body. You've got to find something to do for yourself for the next 2 weeks. And of course, if you're single, get out there, baby, and put your best foot forward. But it's about remembering that you come first, you're choosing yourself, and you're remembering who you are, and you're pouring into that person. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you here. Thank you so much for listening, and may happiness be upon you, literally, and heightened for the next 2 weeks to help you with that momentum. So I'll see you ladies in my next video.